All right, so basically, just to cover the fact that we had a massive lack of ideas about today's theme, Adam picked a wide range of topics that we're gonna simply discuss and react to today, of what we are expecting for this year, and things which gonna happen or may happen.
Let's do free to play gaming. So, what do you think? Free to play gaming is obviously becoming more common. Games like Genshin Impact have made a huge splash. I mean, Genshin Impact is massive right now. I would say it's probably the largest free to play game in terms of that's not a multiplayer game. Well, okay, I would say it's the biggest gotcha game uh, because as it's on console, it's not on mobile. You don't see too many of those. We do see some free games like Fortnite and stuff like that. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you think we're going to be seeing more free to play games in the coming future? Do you think that's going to become kind of a trend? Was companies, for example, with Game Pass, Halo Infinite now is adding microtransactions because obviously, if they're not selling the game, then they're not making money off the sale of the game. So instead, they're making money off of microtransactions. Do you think we're going to be seeing more of this, or do you think we're going to this year is going to still see kind of the traditional Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West kind of game where you get just buy the game and you have it? Excuse me.
Bless you. There's two things here. First, we talked with Phil before the fact that mobile games, so on phones and everything, are always most of the time free or freemium, and they are taking a part of the market which is growing bigger and bigger. And we said, mobile gaming like this, whether you like it or not, is the future of gaming. So why should it stay on mobile since you can already play on it with on computer with BlueStack? So I think Genshin Impact, it's just a mobile game that you put on your computer again. That's just how it is, and it works. As you can see, Genshin Impact is working very well. I played it. I found it fun, although it's a bit inspired by Breath of the Wild, but many games are. I found it a bit empty, but the system is. I'm not a big gacha fan, that's why. So I'm not. I'm a bit biased there, but it's a cute game. It's fun. It's nice. Whatever. Even though there's some issues with the game, it works. Uh, it's not for me because I'm not a big fan of microtransaction and gacha. So la la. Two bad points. But if you think of the success of this game, I don't see why not. And you've mentioned Fortnite. That's you have a big template for this arena. How do you call this? Like battle royale game. PUBG, Tarkov, Fortnite, whatever. They're all the same, just slightly different here and there. But they're, correct me if I'm wrong, they're all free, right? Just you have to buy, at least on Fortnite it's free, but you have to buy a battle pass to access certain items and everything. But my son is playing Fortnite with his friend, and I haven't bought a battle pass in a while for him. So it's fun, like if you want to play without paying money, it works.
Yep.
So why not? uh, does that mean that the quality is not there? Or maybe, I don't know. Fortnite in terms of quality is very very good. I think it's pretty good. Nothing to complain about. As I was saying, Genshin Impact is extremely inspired and a bit empty at times. So the story wise is you have a script on one page maybe or something like this. So you can feel that it's a free game because there's not a big quality story behind. So it's not sort of the same way as a game which has been developed for 5 or 6 years, Horizon Zero Dawn. We are still talking about the lore right now because it's very in depth. There's a lot of things to talk about, and I think you're gonna still see the classical game like this because they are much more in depth. There's much more love put in this game, and the Genshin Impact like free game, pretty sure gonna rise because there's a demand for it. Simply, uh, people, especially the younger generation, they like free game. They like to spend money on microtransaction because it makes you think, "I only spend $2 on this game when this idiot spent $80 on you know Horizon Forbidden West." Except that down the line in microtransaction you would have spent $200.
That's how they get
Uh,
you.
say, yeah, say, hi, Phil's dad. He's spending a lot of money on a mobile game like this on microtransaction. So it depends how you like it. But if you ask, yes, I think it's gonna rise, and I don't think it's gonna rise and make the other part of the market disappear. I think they can perfectly, like live alongside each other because I know that mobile games are not gonna be for me. Maybe like Genshin Impact, I downloaded it, played it 2 weeks. All right, that was fun, and that's it. I'm never gonna touch it again.
You're not coming back for
Zero Dawn,
the updates and whatnot? They added more story, new regions.
no,
Oh, okay.
yeah, more of the same. Thank you. No,
I think Genshin's unique in that most of the free games that we've seen in the past have been multiplayer games, like Fortnite, League of Legends, that sort of thing. But with Genshin, it was an RPG, and mostly for the most part single player. You could play co-op, but for the most part it's single player. So I think that that was kind of interesting in that it was more. I mean, granted, it is very simplistic. I think it's designed more for a younger audience, and also because it's designed to work on mobile, I think they kind of had to tone down. I mean, maybe that was the intention from the beginning, but
yeah,
you couldn't put like a super, or I don't, I shouldn't say you couldn't, but a super story heavy game wouldn't work as well on mobile because mobile is supposed to be played when you can, wherever you can. If you're chopping up conversations left and right, and I mean even Final Fantasy 14 sometimes will give you warnings and say, this next cutscene is going to be very long, so make sure that you have enough time to sit down and watch it. Uh, Whereas on a mobile, if you're on the bus and you don't want to watch, you don't want to sign in on a game on a bus and then just have a conversation and watch a cutscene the entire bus ride, right? You wanted to play
yeah,
the
yeah,
game. So I think in that sense, for a mobile game, it makes sense to kind of reduce the amount of chit chat and all that sort of stuff and pump in more gameplay. But yeah, it did pretty well, and I think that's the other thing too is a game like that needs people, and that's why these games can work. So you have, and that's how they make money is you get the fish, and the fish probably just play for free. Maybe they buy something, but for the most part, they just play for free. And most people you have are fish. They don't spend money on the game. You're not making money on those people at all. And then you have some sharks, and the sharks are making, they're paying a bit of money. These are the people that'll buy maybe maybe some of the fish will buy battle pass, but sharks are people that'll buy the battle pass. They'll buy some of the skins they like. They're not investing a lot of money in the game. But then you have the whales, and the whales are the people that are where you're making your money, right? That's the whole thing. It's the whole casino thing, right? You make your money off the whales, but the whales aren't going to come if it's just other whales. The whales are going to come if there's lots of fish and a few sharks. And so I think for a lot of these, like Genshin Impact, offering it for free, you can still make money off of it, but you need to have a lot of people playing it. So for smaller games, for an indie game, it might not work very well because you're not getting that recognition that you need in order to get it out there. So you're not getting that recognition, and therefore people aren't coming in to play your game, and then they're not coming in to spend money on it. So yeah, so for games like that, it works. I think we will see more of those games though, because they are making a lot of money. It does work. That's the thing. Is it makes money, and so I think we're gonna see more of these in the future. And I think, for instance, like Genshin Impact, previously we had seen mostly battle royale games, MOBAs. I think we're gonna see a larger. I think we're gonna start to see more of uh, variety of games.
Variety, yeah.
A variety of these games, yeah. So, we'll probably start seeing some fighting games soon that do it. I'm sure we're gonna have some sort of, maybe not necessarily Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but that kind of game. I don't know of too many out there that are free right now. Is Brawlhalla free? I think maybe, but I'm sure we're gonna see more of those coming out. Games like Fall Guys, Among Us, those sort of things. I don't
Mhm.
know if Among Us has all that many microtransactions in it, because I mean, you basically just get hats, right? But that sort of
You
game.
can buy a lot of skin. You can buy a lot of skins in there.
Oh, can you? But aren't they just colors?
There's colors, there's hats, there's costumes, there's companions.
Oh, okay.
Seriously,
All right.
there's like 4 or 5 different type of things you can buy,
Oh,
and they
okay.
make money out of it. They
So
do.
yeah, I think we're going to see more free to play as the game goes on, and I think, for instance, with games like, especially with games like Game Pass or something like that, you know, the money is not in the subscription. A game company's not going to be making as much money on something like Game Pass as they would if they just sold it directly. Unless you're like a small indie and you're using it to be discovered. If you're a AAA game, for instance, Outriders, they basically said that they had seen almost no return on their investment from, you know, basically Microsoft still owed them money in a way. But I think the idea is, if you go into that with the mindset from the beginning, this is good. I was going to release this game for free anyway, and I was going to make all my money off of microtransactions. Then something like Game Pass makes a lot of sense. So I think that, yeah, we're going to see a lot more of this coming up. I think so.
Yeah, agreed. Mhm.
That's my prediction.